Casino Music UCanSee. We're at Winter NAMM. I'm with Martin with InEarz. Talk about what's new this year at NAMM.
Hey, thanks for coming by. We actually introduced on the InEarz audio side our new Z22 with an ambient filter built into the shell. So while this is an in-ear monitor, you've got a filter here in the faceplate that is removable. So try and do my best to do this on camera. And then this filter is replaceable. You can choose from 3 levels of filtration or a solid slug to turn it back into a completely isolated in-ear monitor. Also, as you go up in filtration level, you'll increase the bass response. So you can also choose how much bass that you want from the in-ear monitor. The other thing that is really neat about this, we have a patented new technology that reduces the pneumatic pressure in your eardrum by reverting the air pressure or the pneumatic pressure away from your eardrum. So while the in-ear monitor is creating those sound waves, it's not beating up on your eardrum. So,
Interesting. So you mentioned something about the bass. I know people lose their highs right away. Is that true? So everything sounds bassy?
when you lose your hearing, you lose, they call it a high frequency hearing loss. It's what I call mid-range because it's between about 1 and 6,000 hertz. And that loss directly correlates to the way our ears amplify in a loud environment. So as the volume goes up, our ears are actually amplifying that frequency range between about 1 and 6,000 hertz, and that is the part that we lose due to that exposure.
But you can compensate with your piece.
Well, this piece is going to protect against the loudness, while also isolating you from the loudness out here and protecting you against the pneumatic pressure that's being created inside your ear. So what a lot of people don't talk about with in-ear monitors is it only takes about 65 decibels of output from the inner monitor to put the same amount of pneumatic pressure on your eardrum as being in a 120 decibel environment. Wow. So if you're not very careful with the volume on your inner monitors or your earbuds for that matter, they can very easily become damaging to your ears.
Now question, you mentioned ambient and then fully ISO.
Yep.
The bad rap InEarz always got was, not InEarz your brand,
no,
but
absolutely.
in-ear monitors was, you don't feel like you're with the band. What do the artists prefer right now?
Well, it's kind of one of those things where it depends on the situation and the artist. The ambient filters is a inexpensive way of keeping them connected to the crowd and to their bandmates. Once the music starts playing, you're not going to hear a lot of ambient sound anyways, but in between songs, you're still going to have that connection. The more expensive solution is to go with an active ambient mic, which could be something you put on stage and run through your soundboard, or our what we call Hell Yes system, which is Hear Everything Live. We actually build a full ambient mic system right into the earpiece, and you can add that onto any of our in-ear monitors on the custom side, up to 6 drivers. And that will actually create a live mic situation in your ears to be able to hear what's going on around you.
Wow. And with InEarz, you vocalists out there, you'll never sing a bad note, right?
Well, I don't know about that. It hasn't worked for me yet. But yeah, it's definitely going to improve your ability to hear the things you're doing right and the things you're doing wrong.
Well, Martin, it's always a privilege. MusicUCanSee, Winter NAMM, Martin from InEarz. Check them out.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
We'll put your